Today I wanted to make a quick video marking the 1 year anniversary of the passing of Terry Davis, the creator of Temple OS. I thought this video today was something important to make. For those of you that are not familiar, Terry Davis, again, was the founder, the creator of an operating system called Temple OS, which was a divinely inspired operating system. He said that God basically told him to create that operating system, Temple OS. Terry Davis suffered from some pretty severe mental illness. He was diagnosed as bipolar early in life and then later as schizophrenic. Terry Davis unfortunately died tragically last year at the age of 48. A train accident. Actually, he was hit by a train. They're not sure if it was a suicide or an accident, but unfortunately, Terry's no longer with us, but he was such a interesting and colorful person that he really had a large following in the tech community. The tech community just loved this guy because of, well, mainly because of his mental illness. He couldn't control what he said. He couldn't control his speech. He was known for just random outbursts that were very racial in tone, and said a lot of racist things on the internet, said a lot of sexually explicit things. People with these kinds of mental illnesses, though, have no filter. They just blurt out whatever with no thought. And because of this, Terry Davis was banned from a lot of tech-related sites. He was banned from Hacker News. He was banned from social media sites like Reddit. I'm not sure if he was ever banned on 4chan. I don't think you can get banned on 4chan, but they love the guy over on 4chan. Terry Davis is a hero to the 4chan crowd. Terry Davis referred to himself as the smartest programmer that ever lived. Again, he created his own operating system that was kind of patterned on the old DOS operating systems from yesteryear. He, again, mentioned that he basically was told by God to create Temple OS. Some of the interesting features of the operating system Temple OS was the fact that it was 640 by 480 resolution and 16 color display, and apparently that was explicit instructions from God to make it 640 by 480 resolution. Terry also spoke to God about the horrors of war, about death, about dinosaurs. Apparently Brontosaurus's feet hurt when stepped, according to Terry Davis. God's favorite video game was Donkey Kong. His favorite car is a BMW. And the favorite national anthem of God is the national anthem of Latvia. Apparently God was a big Beatles fan. And according to Terry Davis, God told him that the 11th commandment is, "Thou shalt not litter." I actually like that. That's a good commandment. Anyway, after Temple OS was released in 2013, Terry Davis exclaimed that, God's temple is finished. Now God kills CIA until it spreads. For some reason, in a lot of his rantings and ravings, Terry Davis spoke a lot about the CIA. In the last years of his life, Terry Davis was often homeless. And of course, tragically, 1 year ago today, Terry Davis passed away, hit by a train. Again, no one really knows the circumstances around that death. Investigators have never been able to determine exactly if it was a suicide or an accident. But why I wanted to make this video marking the 1 year anniversary of the death of Terry Davis is, well, I think, the man deserves some credit for creating just a really, really interesting operating system, Temple OS. If you're not familiar with Temple OS, go check it out. I'll link to templeos.org, which is the website where you can download Temple OS. Also want to make this video to highlight mental illness. Mental illness is one of those things that is, plaguing humanity, and particularly those of us in the tech community. It seems like a higher percentage of those programmers and developers, suffer from mental illnesses of some kind. And I don't mean that in a joking way, because much like in the case of Terry Davis, he was bipolar and schizophrenic, but he was a brilliant man, as far as, his mind and being able to do things like math and computer programming and things like that. He was in many ways a genius. And you see this a lot in the tech community, and I think it's sad sometimes that these people are misunderstood and sometimes thrown away by society. And I hope some of you guys out there that maybe watch this video, if you have a few bucks to spare, maybe make a donation to help those suffering from mental illness. I'm going to link to 2 sites here. These sites are the Brain and Behavior Research Foundation that asks for donations, and the National Alliance on Mental Illness. So again, if you got a couple of bucks to spare, throw a couple of bucks those guys' way. All right, guys. Peace.